Welcome to our third and final round with 4-color Reveler. Hey, easy keep. I guess I don't have to make a decision about opting on one until I see what's going on in the matchup. I was debating if it was better to like have a Pyro spell back. I guess not. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, let's opt. I don't think you're going to be what I want this matchup. And I guess it's time to aggro Pyromancer. Hopefully my opponent's like E-Tron and they kept... Well, don't dismember this. That'd be very upsetting. Oh. What did I just say? I was hoping they... Yeah, they're E-Tron. I'm probably going to get Chaliced here. And then I can... So I'm definitely destroying an artifact. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm supposed to rebuy or not. I feel like I am. They don't have a Thought Knot. They probably have like a Smasher, so I think I have to build up to beat that. I think my next turn is going to be like Fork Bolt and then something, or Faithless Looting after that. So I want to return this and destroy that. Guess this probably gets untapped white-black. And then I guess I tap like that. So 5 versus 4, 5. So it's 5 either way if I looting into something. And the question is whether I rather cantrip or would I rather discard spell. I think the cantrips are still good later. Those are pretty good. I think it's pretty easy, these two. They're just the cards that don't do things. Hopefully this isn't Smasher. That's pretty annoying for me. Yeah, this looks like Smasher. Darn. So I can terminate this Flashback Souls off of the Smasher discard. Keep my 2 cantrips. Or I can opt this turn. I think I just want to terminate this and Flashback Souls and add power to the battlefield. Tap right here. It's not like the most color efficient play I could make. Like I could scour or something first or whatever. It's okay. I'd rather be proactive. I think I might have to race some real nonsense. That's fine. I don't care about either of my cards. They're going to take opt. Who cares? And hopefully I just like scour into more souls. Well, those are all Garbo. Ooh. So I did scour into souls. I'm just kind of mapping out here how my damage race works. So this attack for 2 puts them to 9. And then if I make Another attack for 2 puts them to 7. I guess this attack would put them to 6. I'd go to 8. And then I have 6 souls in the air if I did that. So I want to discard Thought Scour. And I guess I should keep the planes in case I get Ghost Quartered. So this attack means that if my opponent doesn't have an attacker on the way back, I can put them to dead on board in the air next turn. If this is another smasher, that's pretty bad. I have to chump block. I guess it's not that bad. So I chump. Put them to 7. I'm drawing to outs, but they're not great. Guess that's a reason to save that land. I probably have to snap terminate here. I go to 3. Yeah, I could have saved this, discarded that. This is about the same. So put them to 7. This is like the most obvious snap ever, but that's fine by me. I'm dead to a ballista basically regardless of what I do. But, oh, I guess, I think I had to terminate, right? Could have, like, snap, command, deal 2. I didn't map that out. I'm trying to think if there was, like, a good play with command. I don't think there is. I think this terminate's just the best. Oh, let's not click no. Let's really not do that. That'd be really bad. Yeah, and I go to 3. I'm dead to like anything large, but I think I was dead to anything large anyways. And dead to a ballista, but this looks promisingly... Oh, yeah, dead. Yeah, that sounds like a ballista. Yeah, the ballista's just going to clean up too much of this stuff for me to beat it anyways. So, like, if I chomp, the ballista kills these 2. They still have a ballista. That's not good. Okay, that's fine. That was reasonably interesting and close. I could flashback, have chumps, and they'd probably be dead. I put them to 3, chump, and then attack for 3. Yeah, so I actually, if their card was a blank, I had them dead. That's pretty cool. This matchup's sketchy out of the board. I want my K commands. I don't think Fork Bolt is close to good enough. I think Lightning Bolt's fine. I'm not huge on looting or scour or something like that that's going to get bricked by Chalice. I don't think push is where I want to be. I want to upgrade one of these, but I don't think I want to overload on that. I don't mind Painful Truths. I don't think I need the Hallowed Fountain to cast stuff. I don't think I want too many Wear Tears. And Stony Silence is not what I want. Surgical is not what I want. Push, Inquisition, no Angers. So it might just be like 2 Fork Bolts out and these 2 in. I guess I could have another one. That does kill like a Collar, which is probably a card I can't reasonably handle. That was a super interesting game, actually. I could have more lands, actually, just as a thing to do. I don't think this does anything. Yeah, the sideboard's not super config for E-Tron. I don't think this hand is good. It's basically a mulligan because I have double Reveler. Ugh. The mana on this hand is just painful. So I can fetch blue-black. Okay, this works out okay. Okay, well, I don't care about that. So I'm going to fetch blue-black and Inquisition on 1. Because I want to take map if that's going to be something that puts their hand together. And then I can opt with knowledge of their hand. Though this blue-black is so awkward. I think it's what I have to get, but I'm like multiple lands away from piecing together the whole shebang. Okay, so yeah, here, definitely a spot where I have to take their Tron. But as we all know, the Tron player is just going to draw Tron on like turn 4. I'm going to die. I'd rather opt into another discard spell. I think I need that one. I'm just going to spam souls at them and hope they die before they do anything. This deck's not configured to fight these cards. Though game 1 was really close. I don't know. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. K commands. Yeah, that's yeah. This is. I don't think there's like a reasonable way out of this, but we're gonna try. So I got to do this. I got to do this. We get to go here, bolt that down. Hope to draw like a terminate. Oh my gosh. And here I get to, yeah, I want to take this because I don't die to this. Oh, we're just not attacking there. Okay, well, basically priced into that. Yeah, not just the best ever. So they have Endbringer. I think I get to get in for one because I think I have to trade for the Smasher to have any shot this game. Even though I really just don't have any shot this game. This just seems like a unmitigated disaster. Oh, they got a tower, and they're paying 8 mana. If this is a walking ballista, I'm done. I don't want to continue. I don't want... No. I've seen enough. We're done here. Good games. We're done. Okay, so to wrap up, I was actually super impressed with a lot of what was going on here. The mana's a little wonky, and I don't know the right way out of that. I think that the mix of cantrips might be wrong. I might want more selection in the cantrips I'm playing. I might want more Serum Visions. I don't think Opt being an instant is that big of a deal when you can't Snapcaster it reliably with your lag of blue sources. 3, yeah, looting was fine as a 3 of. I might mix up the discard a little more. I don't like Fork Bolts. I think that the Fatal Pushes might just want to be in the main deck. At least one of them. Or like something. And then the thing I was trying to mention in the pregame stuff was that I think that the fact that, so if you look at these, like if your opponent has a Relic of Progenitus out, 12 of your 16 threats are cards that are not that good anymore. Like Soul's just making 2 things is a problem. Snapcaster's not going to do anything. This card's just not even in your deck at that point. So you just have Pyro to lean on. So I think that there's a chance I want alternative threats in the sideboard against Graveyard Hate. I don't know what they're supposed to be. They could be... Like, you could have a couple Spell Quellers, which are good against other decks. You could... It's just like a mix of stuff. I don't know what that stuff is, but a mix of it. So, yeah. But the general concept of this deck looked pretty solid, aside from the complete and utter beating I received at the hands of Tron. So, good job, Chase. This felt like a real... So, like, when you look at these kind of, like... These... So, there's... I'm trying to think of the best... So, in 2012, when Deathrite Shaman was legal, There was a Grand Prix right after Pro Tour Return to Ravnica. So you had Deathrite Shaman Jund as the big deck. There was the Eggs deck. There was Infect as the other like big decks to come out of the tournament. And there was a Grand Prix that Jacob Wilson won by adding he and Joshua Layton and some other people, I think, added. I know Josh beat me at that Grand Prix because of this edition when I was playing Infect. They added Lingering Souls. They added the 4th color for like a solid splash that worked out pretty well. And then again, a few months later, after Bloodbraid Elf was banned, there was again a spot where Jund versus Abzan was the question. And again, the result was that they added Lingering Souls and a Johnny Vengeant to their Jund deck to break the mirror, but they still had Lightning Bolts to handle all the stuff that Abzan wasn't good against. So when you see this exact same kind of setup happen over and over, it's kind of like, well, this was a Mardu deck, but it was kind of lacking in punch. I guess not punch, but like heavy hitters. And then you just add blue and you see Snapcaster Mage. So that's like the kind of innovation when you're like looking at these mid-range decks. I don't want to say it's necessarily always adding a color, but you have to figure out what they're missing and find like the missing piece. And this deck was missing that, and it kind of became like a true mid-range deck here. So I think that that's like a pretty huge innovation to the Bedlam Reveler archetype. I'll have to play a little more to see if it's like distinctly better than Shadow against anything, or if like Shadow is just good enough that it overrides all the card advantage stuff. But as is, I did not feel like it was distinctly worse, which is a good start.